Hey guys, BFS here. We are here in our awesome new study. I've just been hanging out, reading some books, brushing up on my architectural knowledge, which is absolutely none. But we've got a lot of stuff to do today. We're going to do a little bit of building. I'm going to do the time lapse of the creeper enclosure as I promised, and we're going to work on the cave. We're going to get into Thaumcraft, as well as I'm thinking we might do a little bit of work on the city. Maybe it's time to shake things up a little bit and move away from the natural foresty part that we've been working on so much. We'll see. We'll see where we get. But I hope you guys are ready. But first things first, we are going to need to upgrade our tools if we're going to get any further along, because while Manualin is usually pretty good in most packs, it's not working out for me. So why don't we start with the flex infused items, and we may or may not just tech on up to Draconic. I'm not really sure at the moment. Actually, let's check on our Draconium stock. Yeah, okay, so I just finished 10-10ing the Draconium chicken, so we are going to need regular Draconium, although we're pretty set on Awakened Draconium. So maybe in the next episode or the episode after, we'll have enough in stock of regular Draconium that we can just tech up. But for today, let's get into the flex infused items. What do we need? The battle wrench. That sounds amazing. We're at least going to want an axe because I'm going to take down the forest. So, okay, I'm going to put a cut. I know I literally just started the episode, but this is really just tedious, repetitive crafting. So I'm going to put a cut here. I'm going to come back and we're going to assemble the pieces, get our new items, and get started on the creeper build. I am so excited to make the creeper build. You know. At least one death is going to happen. Okay, so we've got the sword, the shovel, the pickaxe, the regular axe, and see, I don't know, and in the overworld, making the hammer and the excavator would be useful, but I don't think that it would be particularly useful right now in you know, a skyblock where the dirt is only basically one block deep. So, and also we have ore excavators, so I don't think that those are necessary to craft. I might make the Omni wrench just to have the tool. Uh-oh. Did we run out of crystals? I think I have more. Let's see. Flex crystal. I made a little bit extra just to have it on hand. Let's see. It's called the Omni wrench. So we need to make this guy and this one. We'll just have that tool on hand at all times. So there we go. We've got flex infused stuff. Okay, so now it is time to take down this mess. This is not working out. This worked out when I first put the alveary down because there were so many saplings that we could get from the different types that we had down, but at this point I really just want to streamline the myrtle ebony and the wenge. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. We've got so many butterflies. They're so fun. I mean, the bees are cool, obviously, but the butterflies are much more, you know, they're like 3D in their pathing as well. They're not just streamlined. Like if you look on top, if you stand on top of the apiary, you can see the pattern that they go out in. They go out in like a conal shape. Whereas the butterflies really do just kind of meander wherever they please, so it's a little more detailed, brings a little bit more life to the area. So they're really fun to have around. Although they keep dying, they keep getting stuck inside of the cave, like they fly into some of the low blocks and just, I don't know, it's like they clip into the blocks and then they just suffocate, so that's sad. I don't know how we fix that because you know, the blocks aren't like strange blocks, they're just vanilla stone blocks. There's no weird, you know, like magnetic effect happening. It's just their pathing takes them into blocks that kills them. That's kind of horrific. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. Look at all these cherries. See, this is the only real problem that I have, and it's not a problem that I have with the pack, it's just something I suppose that I miss from harder packs, is like, look at all the food production we have, and we have literally no use for it. We have absolutely no use whatsoever for that, because we have the table, and that's kind of saddening. It makes it feel like some of the production, even though it was just kind of a byproduct of setting up Forestry, you know, in a regular, like, overworld pack, or just in a regular skyblock pack, that would be essential to our survival, and instead it's just kind of decoration. Just wasteful decoration. So, I don't know, I think, you guys let me know. I had intended on this channel being just like, you know, my interests and hobbies, and I play all kinds of games. The only game type that I do not play with any sort of regularity are first-person shooters. I am absolute garbage at first-person shooters. I don't enjoy them at all. But I will play almost anything else. I really, really love city builders. I love RTSs. I love RPGs. I just, you know, I will play anything. But do you guys think you would like to see other games make an appearance, like Anno 18, I think it's 1880 or 1800 is supposedly coming out soon. I'm super excited for that one. I love the Anno games. I have City Skylines that I love to play with, although I'm warning you ahead of time. Even though I am American, I have a really bad tendency of building my highways backwards. I don't know why. Obviously I learned to drive like an American on the right hand side, but I will forever build my highways on the left hand side. I got no idea why I do that. But I have City Skylines, I've got the Witchers, all of the Witchers, all of the Dragon Ages. I absolutely loved Inquisition. Inquisition was so fun. I've got all kinds of stuff, you know, Steam games. So you guys, you let me know. Would you prefer to see more Minecraft? Maybe like an overworld pack, a harder pack? Do you like just the builders style like this, where we really don't have to worry about resources? It's just kind of a free-for-all creative experience because we're not pressed for actual survival. Although I will tell you up front that survival games, like difficult survival games, are absolutely hands down my most favorite type of game, and will probably have the, like, in terms of longevity, they will probably be the ones that work the best. Is this totally out of power? Yeah. It's like broken, actually. How did that happen? What is that? Why aren't you recharging? Oh, there you go. Weird. Is this out of power? Is my whole system out of power? Uh-oh. Let's go see. What's going on? Did something break? Are we out of eggs? Oh, you know, we might be out of coolant. I haven't come down here in a while, and I never did automate this. No, we've got coolant. What's going on, guys? Everybody's full of lava. Why are you not charging? The power system is running just fine. We still have 55,000 eggs. What's going on? That wireless charger has a lot of issues. I don't know why it is constantly having problems. Okay, so maybe it's just a range issue, like a tick update / range issue? I don't know. I don't know. That is, like I was saying though, in another, maybe next episode or the one after, whenever our draconic chicken gets enough time to give us an ample supply of draconium ore, we're gonna go right up to wyvern tier, and I suppose I should also build a portable capacitor to carry around instead of just relying on the wireless charger. But anyway, yeah, survival games are my personal favorite. Like, I absolutely adore Ark. My husband hates arc with a passion. Absolutely hates it. But that is definitely my thing. I think it just makes me feel like a little kid. Like I still remember the first time that I started it up, and I was literally like a little 10-year-old kid, you know, just like, oh my god, I can't wait to tame a T-Rex and ride it around. So anyway, but I really do enjoy survival mode. Like I was the person who downloaded, you know, like 8,000 survival mods into Skyrim and made it like the most brutal experience possible and died like 87 times in a day but still found that amusing. You know what I'm talking about? So that's my personal favorite, but like I was talking about in the last episode, I would like to make this a community experience. I would like to have, you know, a group of people that when I upload, I'm uploading for you guys, not just to upload, you know, just to throw something out into the world. So if there is something that you guys would prefer to see going forward, absolutely let me know and I will make it happen. You know, within reason. Like I am writing a novel every 3 months basically at this time, so that's why my videos are every other day, because I'm not writing short stories. I'm writing full-length, like 80, 90,000 word novels, and that is absolutely grueling. That is like breakneck speed. So there's only so much that I can produce, just because of time constraints. You know, but every other day I can absolutely throw something out. Hopefully that you guys enjoy. So let me know what that something will be. Also, I need to automate this. I keep coming over here and she's just donezo. She's has clocked out for lunch. Alright, so that's the forest down. Let's get this last guy out of here. Now, in order to make... God, there are so many flowers. In order to make the myrtle ebony, that's the big one at the end, because we need this, actually I think it's the zebra wood, but I think that we need the myrtle ebony to get to the zebra wood. Let's double check here. In Forestry bees. The zebra wood, yeah. I think this was the longest line, so to make the zebra wood, oops, we need, yeah, the myrtle ebony. We have the white poplar. That's actually what's growing out in front of the mausoleum. We need this guy, which is teak and jungle. Okay, so let's get those trees out. Just plant a bunch of these guys around. Well, we got our first myrtle ebony sapling over there, but we need more of them. So I think it's actually a 3x3. This tree is going to be massive. What is it? Yeah, it's a 3x3. We need a ton of saplings for that one. But we did get enough to make the ipe, and this is beautiful. This would make a gorgeous, like, seasonal forest. And the texture of the bark is quite pretty as well. So that's that guy. We will carry on trying to get our zebra wood. Actually, wait a second. We only need the pollen, and I actually have a white poplar pollen. So let's throw the one sapling that we have, and then bam, we can get our zebra wood sapling and at least turn in the quest, and then that way we can just let this guy run for a while until we actually get enough saplings to plant it. Let's see. Quest book. This bag is so useful, but it also is just, it can hold too much stuff. Okay, there we go. There's the zebra wood. So now all we need is the winch. Which I believe is much easier to get. It's just a totally different line. Yeah, we need a balsa and a cocobolo. We'll work on that later. Let's see. This zebra wood, how many saplings do we need to plant? We need 4. Okay. So not yet on the myrtle wood or the zebra wood, but we at least could turn in the quest and get that big chain knocked out. Alright, it is now time to start working on the creeper farm. So for block palette, oops, that's not what I meant to press. For block palette, I'm thinking that really funny citrus wood. I was gonna do poplar, but we got far enough to actually get the really vibrant citrus wood, so we might as well use it. These guys are super bright. They'll be hilarious to build with. And I'm thinking stone, just regular smooth stone, because creepers are, I don't know, I feel like that's an appropriate palette, because creepers, you know, they drop gunpowder. But we'll see. We'll start building it and we'll see if this is not enough contrast. Or if it's just, you know, it doesn't have enough detail in it. So in building this particular enclosure, some of what went into the ideas for it came from my experiences with D&D as well as writing. They're very similar to one another, especially in the early stages, where I am a type of person who does world building before all else. Before I ever put, you know, names to characters or start developing like themes or, you know, even names. Like, one of the funnest parts of like DMing for D&D is, you know, coming up with your kingdoms and the various rules and, you know, magical items that they use or lack of them. You know, it's, the details are when things really start to get fun for most people. But for me, I really love world building. And that came into play in this build, because obviously there is no terrain for creepers. It doesn't exist in Minecraft. So this is entirely off the cuff, you know, just made up, just me having fun and trying to think of what a creeper would happily survive in, what type of terrain that they would thrive in, and what they would find enjoyable, or at least what I would find enjoyable if I were one of them. This is one of my favorite parts of creating anything, is, you know, that kind of like trying to put myself in the shoes of the person or the creature that I am currently writing about, and trying to guess what would the most important things be. Obviously for like wildlife, it would be sources of food, and that is why in this build I decided to put those little lanterns that, well, you'll see them come up closer to the end, but I wanted them to look like little berries growing on the tree, because a wild creature needs shelter and food more than anything else, obviously, because they're open to the elements, and any sort of natural disaster or shifting environments can completely decimate their food supply and run them out of, you know, their burrows or their groves or wherever they live in. So I tried to think for a creeper what would be the most interesting elements of their environment, and accounting for places where they could hide that they might consider shelter and what they might consider food. So I've made these trees out of TNT, and you can see that I started with a kind of palm tree-like shape, and eventually I had to change it just because the bees they're such a dominant presence in the hives, because they have to be inside the enclosure to be able to effectively and efficiently gather from the mobs. But I was thinking, you know, these little rock piles would be really great for creepers to hide behind in the wild, obviously, because their whole thing is that they like sneak up on you and you don't hear them until it's too late. So I was thinking for a wild animal, that would be like its hunting tactic. It would want to live in places like this terrain that we're building right here, where it can hide and kind of ambush people. Although admittedly, it's not a great hunting tactic because they don't survive either. So I don't know, maybe they're like hive mind, where one goes out and sacrifices itself and then it comes back and like, or one goes out and sacrifices itself and then the rest of them can feed. Like, I don't know. Maybe creepers are ants. Oh, those are terrifying ants. But anyway, so that's usually my thought process going into stuff like this, is trying to, you know, walk myself through what I think I would find most important if I had the same restrictions, limitations, and abilities as whatever it is that I'm creating. And that, obviously, for wild animals, it's fairly simple because it's just survival. Like, you know, there's usually not a lot of, like, emotional or structural habits to them sometimes. Like wolves, you know, anything that has like a pack mentality will be a little bit different, but I think creepers are loners. So that is what went into this. That is why I built this in the way that I did, and not just like a giant TNT battery, basically. I wanted it to look like a habitat that it seems like a creeper would legitimately find comforting, and I think that I achieved that. I'm really happy with this. The TNT tree is hilarious and also horrifying. It was so scary putting these guys in here. But I had a lot of fun building this, and now I'm really looking forward to the rest of the enclosures. I really kind of bummed myself out with the Guardian farm because it was so disappointing. You know, an underwater scene should, at least in my opinion, should be quite beautiful and full of life, and instead that one is just really dark and hard to see. But I like this one. I like the end farm, but it is just, you know, the end actually exists, so there was very little effort put into redesigning it, which is partially my fault, obviously. Like, I could have just completely redesigned it, but then it wouldn't have been recognizable. So this one, though, this really tapped into the just creative juices, and I really enjoyed it. Alright guys, there it is. And, you know, just to up the ante a little bit, we have a tree made of TNT, so if the creeper blows up, it's taking the whole pen out. Oh man. I'm kind of regretting that already. Alright, well, I'm gonna go grab the barrel and get the water ready, as well as I'm gonna put the apiary setup actually inside the tree, and then we will get ready for the madness. Well, I totally forgot that we don't actually have dolls for the creepers, so we have to spawn them in a little mob farm. It's a skeleton. Alright. So I'm just kind of hanging around, waiting for creepers to spawn in here, and I will be back when we've got everybody that we need. Hey, looks like we got one. We got 3 of them. Okay. Let's try not to kill them. Ah! I made this too wide so we could get spiders in here. These guys are gonna be a little rough. Ah, crap. Alright, let's try with a different thing. Dang it! Oh, I think that one was close. Let's see. Got him! Alright, cool. Alright, now I am super nervous. I'm very nervous about putting them in here. Okay. Oh man. I can't even like drop him from above because he'll just die if he hits the ground. So we have one shot to put him down, name him, and get out before he sets off this just bomb. Oh, I regret this so much. Okay guys, showtime. Oh man. Okay. Name him. No. Name him. Oh, we got one in there. He's trying to get me. Don't get me out. Oh goodness. We got a creeper. He's super low health though. I thought that the cursed lasso would work better than the mob imprisonment tool. I didn't want to get him that low. That really stinks. But we've got one in there. Now the problem is going to be getting the rest of them in there. So I think, you know, without the ones that I've got in there blowing up, I think I may actually recapture him, and that way I can get the other one in there and name it. Oh, this is shady. Got him. I hope he retains his name. Oh no. Let's actually set him free for a second. Do you still have your name? Yeah, okay, you're still named. Oh, this is so shady. So shady. Here we go. We got creeper number 2. Let's get him in here. Okay, let's name him. Oh, oh, behave. Okay, we've got them both in there. This is like the equivalent of the person who like picks up a spider with their hand and very gently takes them outside despite the fact that the spider is like eating their hand the whole time. They're just being bitten, but they care more about the spider's well-being than their own. Is what this is. I'm wondering if this is another pen that we should put 4 in. I'm just like a glutton for punishment. Should we go with 4 creepers? Just because they're cool looking, they stand out. So I'm glad that I changed the floor to just stone rather than having it be that citrus wood, because once I started building it, I thought that they might blend too well into the floor, and I'm glad that I put the stone down. They look really cool in there. You can easily see them. And the bees are just doing their thing. I really like the tree of TNT. So these lanterns, I don't know, you probably couldn't see it very well. These are inverted lime lanterns from Project Red Illumination. So I did the inverted ones because the regular ones require a redstone signal, and obviously that is how we nuke our base. So so I made sure I did the inverted ones because basically they operate without a redstone signal. So that's what those guys are. I was trying to make them look like berries, but they actually just kind of look like like lightning bugs from like Twilight Forest or something. So they look pretty cool. Man, I'm really thinking that we need 4 creepers. Okay, so I'm gonna put a cut here. I'm gonna just basically, camp that thing for more creepers. I'm gonna pick these guys up just like I already showed you, just so I can name the creepers as they go in, and then we'll put them down again. I will record just in case something blows up, but if nothing really interesting happens, I'll just cut back to when we've got 4 in there. Alright, let's let's try this again. Actually, I'm gonna put him down here and name him. Okay. So when I get him in the pen, I don't have to worry about naming him. It's just gonna be, hopefully we're just gonna drop him in. Okay, let's just like dive bomb in here. And I'm stuck. Okay, here we go. Yay, they're all in there. Oh man. So the trick was to run away until they forgot about me, and then they would kind of disperse a little bit and allow me to get in there without blowing anything up. Oh man, that was nerve-wracking. Like, that was not even fake nervousness. That was intense. Alright, there we go. There are 4 creepers in the pen. I think they look cool. That was totally worth it. It was terrifying, but it was so worth it. Alright, let's get started on Thaumcraft. We need to break one of these crystals, and in order to get the crystals we need to break down crushed netherrack. So let's go ahead and grab a sieve. Let's grab just a whole setup so this doesn't take very long, because we are going to want one of each color type. So let's grab that, and then through an iron stiffened mesh. Oh, let's see. Do I have one in here? No, because that would be useful. Let's see. What tier of meshes do I have? I have a flint. Okay, so we'll just make the iron one really fast. I think I made these, but I just turned them into the quest book. I didn't turn them into the table. So, goodness. 9, okay. Alright, there we go. Now we need another rack. And a hammer. And I wonder if we can... if the crushed variety has EMC value. No, it doesn't. Okay, so let's just get a bunch of netherrack. And I'm gonna put a cut because the drop rate for this is probably just, you know, terrible. So let's see, builder's want. So yeah, I'm gonna put a cut while I actually work on this, and I will come back once we have discovered all of the colors of the crystals that we need, and then we will move on with actually starting Thaumcraft proper. So at about a stack and a half, I got the last two that I needed, so if that gives you an idea for what you should be breaking down. And okay, so let's just get rid of all this stuff. Turn that in, that in, that in, and we'll get a trash can really quick and just dump the rest of this stuff. So the crystals do have an EMC value, so once you get, you know, one of each, then you can just carry on as you were. Let's break this guy. Alright, so let's get our table out and let's turn in all of our crystals. And then I'm gonna get a stack of each type out and see if I can actually put it down. No. Okay, so you can place it. That's perfect. So what I just did is how you start the new Thaumcraft. You have to break the crystals, but of course I wanted them so that I could put them around in the cavern. You have to break a crystal and then it will tell you to sleep. So we're gonna need to sleep for the night. Actually, let's do this right now while it is currently night. And then that should give us what we need to get the Thaumonomicon, and then we can move on. You awaken from a strange dream, you write it down before the memory fades. So this is this guy. I took 3 of those strange crystals with a handful of redstone in a bowl using a piece of flint. Okay, so we need a bowl. Redstone. And a piece of flint. If I remember correctly, this is a shapeless recipe, and I think that you need 3 different colored crystals, plus the bowl, plus redstone, plus flint. Do you need more redstone? No. Oh, okay. Okay. It's because this pack allows you to actually craft the crystal clusters, so you actually need to break these, and what you need to craft them with is this guy, the broken version, not the cluster. So I'm just gonna like run around and throw a bunch of these down really quick, and then when we come back I will actually do the crafting. Alright, so now that we've gotten the broken versions of the crystals on hand, we're going to go ahead and throw 3 different types into the crafting grid. There we go. That's what we want. The Salus Mundus. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the next thing that we do is throw this on a vanilla bookcase or bookshelf. We right click on it and it will turn into the Thaumonomicon. So you get those magical little particles. There we go. We've got a Thaumonomicon. Awesome. Oh, yes, the insanity. It looks like Skittles. I might have overdone it. I'm going to take a pickaxe to this and, you know, scale it back a little bit because it does look like Skittles have just burst out of walls. But I like the vibe that it lends. What I may do, and this is maybe if I find the time to do it, I may chisel in bits larger versions of these. So you ever played like Monster Hunter World and the Elder Recess, how they have those like gargantuan crystal fixtures? I might try to do something like that. The only problem is light sources, so I may have to put like glowstone in them and see if it works out, but that's a big if. That would be a really large undertaking, so we will see. You guys let me know if you like that idea or not. But anyway, I'm gonna take a lot of this out because it's a little over the top right now. I really like these though. I like where they kind of clustered together. That looks pretty good. But anyway, okay, so getting into Thaumcraft. First steps, we're gonna need an arcane workbench. what is this? Types of knowledge and theory crafting, a research table, and scribing tools. Okay, so for an arcane workbench, what do we need? It's okay, the instructions are probably in here. On a mundane, okay, Salus Mundus on a crafting table will make the workbench. So we need, I think we might as well just make like several pieces of these Salus Mundus, because I believe that you need it for several different things. So we've got 4 bowls and then flint. And we'll just get four pieces. Oh, that refunds that. Okay. So we needed a crafting table. I think we need a regular vanilla one. And that's that. And then we need... Let's see, can I pick this up or is it going to be stuck there forever? Okay, I can pick it up. And then we need the table. The research table, which I believe is just, yeah, they have their own little table, which we actually probably could use this as is in like the little kitchen area that we had talked about. But no, that is not how you convert that. Okay. Then the research table is types of knowledge, theory crafting. The wooden table. Oh, we need to make the scribing tools on top of it. Okay, so we need a glass file. Click for recipe. It's just regular glass and clay. Okay. There's that, and that has EMC values. Let's go ahead and throw one of those in there, and then we needed the scribing tools. Okay, and that has EMC value. That's pretty cool, because these things can be a nuisance to make in the overworld, especially if you don't have a lot of ink. There we go. There's our research table. Complete. Let's see. Did that. Yep, there's a turn-in. Okay. Now we need to do theory crafting. So for this we need a lot of paper. Like a lot of paper. Like to the point where I'm actually probably going to set up a sugarcane bee. So we're going to create a new theory. We're going to put paper in there. And then this is basically just a mini random guessing game. We just got some stuff. Okay. Then we do it again. Then we have choices. We can either experiment or we can ponder. And if we ponder, we gain progress divided evenly between all of the active categories plus an extra one. Or we can do random and try to gain extra categories. So right now, we only have the fundamentals. Let's try to get an extra category. So there's Oromancy. We can rethink. We get rid of valid conclusions, which I believe would undo Oromancy. And then, lose 10 progress divided evenly between all categories, but we gain an inspiration and a bonus draw. Your total progress spent evenly, valid and additional category will gain the full bonus upon completion. Okay, so we need to find a new category to get the bonus. Let's see. There's a new one, so Arcane Infusion. So it went up a lot because we got the bonus from the last time. This is the new Thaumcraft system. It's just gonna be a lot of clicking back and forth basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun building the creeper farm, even though I was also kind of traumatized. But anyway guys, that is going to do it for me today. I will see you next time. Bye!